Yes, IBB has released his book. He's not the first person that did it. Others have done it. And in his book, there are some key points, in case if you don't know, that I'm going to drop for everybody to see or to listen to in that book. It's not only about the annulment of June 12th, though that is the focus, that is the crux of the matter, the annulment of June 12th, what he said about that. Can you just imagine? IBB is telling us that he's not the one that orchestrated that somebody under him did it. And one thing happened, he consented to it finally to avoid issues. Who is more powerful than the people's mandate? Who is more powerful? You know, when you try to give yourself soft landing, that's when you put yourself into trouble. The person that did this thing, you are subordinate, and you decided to go with it, and nothing happens. Haba, haba. Is that the way we are going to move forward in this country? And these things keep repeating itself. And why is repeating itself? Because it was not dealt with properly the first time it happened. It has turned into chain reactions. Next time another one will happen. This is not the first time we are hearing people writing books and telling us all sorts of things. It has gone into chain reactions. So I'm going to tell you guys the summaries of that book, you know, the key points concerning what IBB said about the June 12th Delegiwa, the killing of Delegiwa, the Gideon Oka Q, the Vasa Q, and a whole lot of things that he mentioned. Just the key points, in case if you don't know. You know, these things, we are all involved. You will not say that that is not your field. We talk about things that concerns Nigeria, things that concerns Anambra. We can talk about anything. So that is why we are here today, to add voice to what has happened. Let's call a spade a spade. When somebody is in office, he will not do the correct thing. When he leaves office, he's now coming to, you know, apologize to people, and people are there clapping. Thank God. Anyway, let me not go to tribal issues, because if I go there, it will turn to another thing. You know, the talk will extend into another thing. So let me just leave it and concentrate on what IBB said, the key points he said about that book. But first of all, let me start with the heat, the most discussed part of it, which is the annulment of June 12th election. So according to him, the June 12, 1993 election annulment, IBB admitted that Abiola won the election. In a significant revelation, Babangida acknowledged that Moshood Kashimawo Olawale MKO Abiola won the June 12, 1993 election, presidential election. He reflects on the annulment as the most challenging and painful decision on the career, expressing regrets over the incident. Just imagine, you know, coming to tell us that really somebody won, but he's now regretting the decision. Let me give you the details on what he really said about that annulment of June 12th. What happened, who caused the annulment, and everything according to him. So in that book, A Journey in Service, former Nigerian military president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, he provides an in-depth account of the annulment of the June 12, 1993 election, presidential election. He acknowledges that the election, widely regarded as free and fair, was won by Chief MKO Abiola. Babangida reflects on the annulment as a deeply regrettable decision, stating that as the leader of the administration, he accepts full responsibility for the all action taken under his watch. He described the moment as an accident of history. That's the way he described it, accident of history, accident though, and expresses profound regrets over the inability to complete the electoral process. Make una dey hear, Babangida reveals that annulment was executed without his direct authorization. Hmm. A whole head of state said that the annulment was executed without his direct authorization. If it was executed without your direct authorization, what did you do to those people that happens to do that? But you handle people that did otherwise and some were executed. Listen, let's go ahead. The announcement made the press secretary, the announcement made by the press secretary of his deputy, your press secretary of deputy, Admiral Augustus Aikomo, was issued without Babangida's acknowledged or approval. He later discovered that forces led by General Sani Abacha, his chief of defense staff, orchestrated the annulment. Your deputy chief of staff or press secretary announced annulment. Is it that your deputy is not in support of that? Is insubordination when it comes to military terms, and the disobedience to standing order. If I'm you see this kind of thing, a subordinate press secretary announce this thing without your knowledge. It is not done. It's not done anywhere. But let's continue. We assume that that's what they told us that happened. He later discovered that the forces led by General Sani Abacha, his chief of defense staff, orchestrated the annulment. And what did you do to your chief of defense staff, which was General Sani Abacha, when you find out that he is the one that orchestrated it and the other people announced it? What did you do? Babangida described his alarm upon learning of this unauthorized action and acknowledges feeling outmaneuvered by internal forces opposed to the election result. A whole Maradona. A whole Maradona. Nobody can do this to Babangida now. We all know. You all know these ones. So, but let's continue. Despite the unauthorized nature of the annulment, Babangida considered that upon reflection, he believed that allowing Abiola to assume the presidency could have led to significant instability. What instability? The people voted for who they want, and that is their mandate. So which instability again? You see how we bring out, trying to defend one thing, we are bringing out our legs outside and our arms and the whole body outside. How is this possible? So let's continue. He expresses concern that powerful elements within the military were vehemently opposed to Abiola's presidency and might have resorted to a violent coup, potentially resulting in Abiola's assassination and a possible civil war. What really happened when after the annulment? Did Abiola not died? Did they not? Is he still alive? If he is trying to protect Abiola or protect whichever, what is happening? Is Nigeria better today after the annulment? That is the things, the criteria that we are looking at. Are we living better now after the annulment? Abiola would have saved the country. Now they have annulled the election and we are not getting better. You see the problem. If Nigeria is getting better, okay, they will say, okay, Abiola has sacrificed for the betterment of Nigeria. But Nigeria is not getting better. Everybody is still in a mess. You see. So let's continue. Then coming to that, having experienced the horror of the Nigerian Civil War, Babangida was apprehensive about the nations undergoing another such conflict. Oh my God. The people voted for who they want. There is no conflict about that. No. Is there no way. So aside this annulment of the election, there are other things that you need to know concerning what happened or the life of IBB. Early life and education background. Babangida shares the upbringing in Mina, Niger State, detailing his early education as Gwari Native Authority Primary School, and the Provincial Secondary School, Bida. Notably, his class produced several prominent Nigerian leaders, including the two presidents and the 4 state governors. Then about name change. Originally named Ibrahim Badamasi, he adopted Babangida as his surname to avoid confusion with the Yoruba name Badamasi during official engagement. Sometimes they look at him as Badamasi of Yoruba origin. That's why he did that. Then military career, Civil War experience. These are according to what he wrote in the book. Babangida recounts his active role in the Nigerian Civil War, including a life-threatening injury from shrapnel in Ozuakoli, Umuahia. His recovery period marked a turning point, leading to his decision to marry Miriam Babangida. Yes, Miriam Babangida is from Delta State. You all know that. Then about the Q participation. He provides insight into his involvement in significant coups, notably the 1976 coup following General Mohamed assassination. Babangida described his confrontation with Major Dimka at the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, highlighting the tension and stakes involved. Presidency and governance, economic reforms. Of course, there are some things he did to see if Nigeria could get better. Talking about the economic reforms, his tenure saw the introduction of the Structural Adjustment Program, SAP. I remember that time, SAP, aimed at liberalizing Nigeria's economy. While intended to modernize economic structure, SAP led to widespread public dissent due to its harsh economic impact. Then controversial events. Babangida addresses several contentious incidents during his administration. Delegiwa's death. He discussed the 1986 letter bomb assassination of journalist Delegiwa, an event that sparked significant public outcry. If you need the complete detail, you go to the book, A Journey of Service. That's where you will see the whole details. Basanjo called his own My Watch. Probably there are other books they published. Then Vasaku. The book delves into the alleged coup plot involving his close friend, General Maman Vatsa, and the subsequent decision to execute him. Then Gideon Oka coup. Babangida narrates the 1990 coup attempt led by Major Gideon Oka, which nearly claimed his life and that of his wife, detailing their narrow escape and the coup suppressions. Then I've talked about the June 12th. Then personal reflection, marriage to Mariam Babangida. He shares personal anecdotes about his courtship and their marriage to Miriam, highlighting her influential role as Nigerian First Lady and her initiative such as the Better Life for Rural Women program. Then the legacy and regrets. Babangida offers candid reflection on his decision, admitting where he believes he erred and expressing a desire to have approached certain situations differently, particularly the June 12th announcement. You see, people have opportunity of office. When you have this opportunity of office, please, we know that we are not angels, but don't take critical decisions, damaging decisions that you regret in your life.
I won. The country knows how busy and how otherwise occupied I've been all my life. Knowing fully well the misfortune of other distinguished Nigerians in the recent past, I made the wildest possible consultation and such assurances that I would not be chasing shadows. These assurances were given, in some cases from the highest level of government. I consulted the president himself, and he gave the assurance himself that this time around he was serious. I was therefore convinced that the commitment to civilian rule come August 27, 1993 was firm, settled, and irrevocable. I could not imagine that the purported transgressions of the judiciary could possibly be. The International Observer Group said so. NEC itself said so. They know it and they said it. In his affidavit to the Court of Appeal in Kaduna, NEC said the results were already unknown. I won. If the time is right, if the time is right, and it all depends on a lot of things. I haven't been taking part in this political process since it started in 1987. You need to know the people you are working with, and you need to know that a tree does not make a forest. Like I said, nobody claps with only one hand.
It has to be both.
It has to be with so many hands.
But there is this general acceptance.
Yeah, there is the attitude of our people that it's about time we had a leader from this part of the country too. That is part of the thing too. But I agree with that. But I don't know. See, I'm thinking about it.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
No, I've ventured a lot. You see, a situation where I will have to go through primaries and so on when I haven't really made any preparation. That there are 7,000 wards in this country. 7,000 wards.
You have made preparations. You have.
You think I have?
Yes, I think you have. You don't have to go out there.
That's true.
You have.
Your name is already there.
Anyway, we
Wish you luck, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I will be able to let you know about the 3rd or so of March. Okay. All the reports will have come in then. You know, I don't do things without examining them.
This is what is happening. Probably the man is getting too old, and some regrets are coming in for him to be free, to free his mind. He needs to say something on these things so that you can do like this. So, but even a sigh of relief is not completely eradication. What has happened has happened. Once you cut up a rope, once you cut a rope into two, and you decide to tie that rope again so that the rope will start being functional once again. Yes, the rope will be functional, but it has carried that dent. That dent there, you cannot work on it to become smooth the way it was. And that is it. So, my dear people, this is a word for the wise. If you are in a public office, please do the needful. Don't do things that you regret. Once again, I'm still Chinedu, your presenter. Till I come your way next time. Bye for now. Please, if you have anything to say, drop it in the comments.